Hello everyone and welcome to episode 9 of Struggling to Write. In today's episode we are going to be talking about one-man shows, a couple of ideas for one-man shows that I've had. We also have a guest star tonight that is a comedian, a new stand-up comedian by the name of Ray Czar. He looks a lot like me and I'm not sure why that is. And lastly we'll top it off with a musical goodbye. That's what we always do. I'm Michael, struggling playwright and co-host, and over here is... And I'm other struggling playwright and other host, Mikey Mills. Welcome to Struggling to Write, bub. No, I'm just kidding. Mikey is not here tonight. The reason being is because I got a haircut, and if you remember from the last episode, Mikey had just talked about how he got a haircut in New Orleans, and then I get a haircut. Mikey gets salty about it. He says, I'm not doing the next Struggling to Write episode. I say, you're done? He says, no, I'll come back on the next episode. Just do this one by yourself. I hate you. I hate your guts. No, Mikey didn't actually say that, but he's had a stressful week. We've both been really busy, so today is about one-man shows, and what better way to do it than with one man. So yeah, let's dive into it. So this episode was originally going to be a birthday episode. We were going to talk about writing a birthday show, except it's such a specific niche that I figured, why not talk about one-man shows instead? However, when this podcast comes out, this Friday. The day after is Saturday, and that is Luke's birthday. Luke, my brother-in-law, a guest star on our podcast for many episodes. Great person, great actor, and let's all give him a happy birthday in the chat, people. Happy birthday, Luke. If we were all here, we'd sing it to him, but we're not, so I'll just sing it to him. Here you go. Happy birthday, dear Luke. Happy birthday, dear Luke. Happy birthday, dear Lukey Pookie. Happy birthday to Luke. There you go, Luke. Happy birthday. So yeah, let's talk about one-man shows. I've never been in a one-man show. I've never seen a one-man show, I don't think. I write a lot of shows with a small cast, ranging from 4 to even down to 2 characters. Actually, I've written quite a couple of scripts with only 2 characters. It's like my favorite way to write a dramatic scene and get the point across is with just 2 characters. And maybe that's because it's hard to write with so many characters. But 2 characters is hard. But if you think about writing a one-man show, that's even harder. I've never tried, but I have had a couple of ideas, and 2 to be exact, that I could remember for this episode. I don't know which one to talk about first, so I do have a hat with both of the ideas in them, just 2 of them. I'm going to grab one out, and whichever one I pull out first, that is the one I'll talk about. And yeah, let's talk about these one-man show ideas I had. All right. The Podcaster and the Cheeseburger from Outer Space. All right, so the Podcaster and the Cheeseburger from Outer Space. This was an idea that I had quite a long time ago. I never actually started writing the script. It was actually not going to be a play. It was going to be a screenplay. And the idea was that a cheeseburger, I guess it could have been any food item. Just in this script, it was a cheeseburger, came from outer space. It was alive somehow. It crashed through this room, exactly, this studio, through the window there. And this man who was trying to go big on podcasting, not myself or my co-host Mikey, just part of the story, they used this cheeseburger to get famous, and then in the end they realized that they are only getting famous for an alien cheeseburger. I don't know. It was a stupid idea, and that's why I didn't write it. But yeah, the Podcaster and the Cheeseburger from Outer Space. That was a one-man idea show that I had, and I don't think that could deliver to a stage play at all. So I'm going to rip this one up and look at the next one. All right. The next one. The Playwright and the Rent. That's a working title. That's a horrible title, but The Playwright and the Rent. Yeah, this was an idea, a play that I had an idea for, a one-man play. And I don't know. I still might write this one. I was going to originally set it in the 60s or 70s, some groovy time period, baby. And it was basically going to follow a man who was a playwright who was living in his probably New York apartment. I love writing stories in New York for some reason. I think I'm just good at writing the dialogue for New York themed shows. And if he was going to be in New York and he was a playwright struggling to meet his rent, and the landlord, who was not in the show, but he would be on the phone, and he would have scenes where he would talk to him on the phone. He answers the phone, and that's how he would talk to the landlord, because there wouldn't be a second character. It would just be him. And basically the play would be about him writing a play, and the landlord, it starts off with the landlord wanting him to write a play for his son's birthday, the landlord's son's birthday. And this is to help him, if he does this, it's a good deed for the landlord, and he's probably going to not make him pay the rent as early. Landlord's like a corrupt guy in it, and the playwright, he's writing this play about a birthday, but it's not the play he wants to write, and he's like really struggling, and he's like multitasking, he's working on other projects at the same time. So he's working on silly things for the birthday project, and there's like, it's going to be kind of like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs type of, that's the kind of like birthday idea that they're going for in the play that the landlord wanted. So think like birthday cake and sprinkles falling, sprinkle rain falling from the sky. And there was going to be a hot dog scene where the landlord specifically knew he would be grilling hot dogs for the kid's birthday, and he wanted a scene acted out where there was like a hot dog volcano and a mustard lava pit, a lava mustard pit, mustard lava, lava mustard. I don't know which way you would say that. And the playwright hates it. He thinks it's the stupidest, silliest play ever written, which it is. And meanwhile, he's working on a really dramatic, deep story, which I'm not sure what I would make the story. I had a couple of really good dramatic stories that I liked the idea of. One involved two hunters in Alaska. So maybe he's working on that one. I don't know. But the playwright is trying to balance the play he really cares about and the play that he's writing to help him meet his rent for the landlord. In the end, he's ultimately going to choose the play he cares more about, and a Broadway producer picks it up in the end, happy ending, something like that. I don't know. I still think that is a one-man show that could work, and I do like the idea of it. I think it could be fun and silly, so there could be lots of comedy when he's writing the children's show. But then I also think there could be dramatic moments when he's writing the dramatic show, and I just think it's a perfect balance. And yeah, I also think in the end that he's still a nice guy, so he would probably still do the child's birthday party for them. He would just also, land his other show on Broadway. So happy ending for everybody. Who doesn't love a happy ending? Those are all of the one-man show ideas that I have. I don't have many, and I knew going into this that this episode of Struggling to Write would be a very short episode, because when I'm alone, if I'm talking to myself alone, I tend to talk really fast, and then I will run out of things to say. But luckily we do have a guest star tonight, and like I said in the intro, this guest star looks a lot like me. Don't know what's up with that. My mom probably has a lot of explaining to do for that one. But yeah, without further ado, our behind the curtain tonight is the new stand-up comedian known by the name of Ray Czar. Here he is.
Hi, my name is Ray Czar. I'm new to the stand-up comedian world. This is my first show, so when Michael and Mikey asked me if I wanted to be on Struggling to Write, of course I said, well, what the heck is that? Yeah, but sure, I'll be on it. Not what I was expecting, though. I mean, a theater podcast, really? Theater? That's pretty lame. I thought it'd be something like sports podcast and a true crime, not that guy over there talking about his high school production of Sherlock Holmes, huh? No shame though. I was in a show back in high school. Yeah, Grease was the name. You ever heard of it? Huh? Yeah, I played the lead, but I broke my leg like 2 weeks before we opened, so I couldn't do it. I needed a cast on my leg. I needed a cast, and Sandy, she needed a new cast member. I'm done with the theater here. I honestly didn't know it'd be theater. You know, this is really going to be a short episode. What were you doing, the behind the curtain? I watched your other ones, it was like 40 minutes. What are you naming this one? The shortest episode in the world?
It'll be called Episode 9, One Man Band.
A one-man band? Hey, well, that's a stupid name for a title, huh? This guy's not good at naming episode titles or his play titles, right? No, but that Grease story, that's a true story. It is. I don't know, if I went back into theater, I probably would stick to just being in plays, not musicals. It's not because I'm a bad singer. See, my singing, it's a work in progress. It's just it's moving in the wrong direction. That's the problem. I thought I was a decent singer until a year after high school, I decided to audition for this regional theater's production of Annie, I thought I'd at least get in the ensemble. All I got was a knock at my door from the police. And the police looked at me and said, "Hello, sir. We just got a noise complaint. Yeah, we led the noise back to your apartment. The neighbors said they called it in." He says to me then, "Now let's just be man to man here and be honest with each other, all right?" Be honest? Be man to man? Oh, can you imagine my embarrassment when I had to tell him? "Sorry, but to be honest with you, man to man, I was just auditioning for Annie the musical. That noise you heard was my singing." That's a true story, it is. It is. After that experience, I vowed I would never do another musical again. I find it odd that only one of the hosts of this podcast is here tonight. You think the other one would have wanted to be here to see their special guest. I am famous, So you search my name, Ray Czar, on Google Images, and you get plenty of images of me. I'm not joking. I'm just kidding. The only thing you'll find if you search Ray Czar on Google Images is pictures of HD TV antennas and pictures of ads from eBay, pictures of Cadillac converters someone's trying to sell. I don't know nothing about it, I know. I'm telling you the truth. Yeah, there's also some businessman that comes up when you search my name. I guess he shares the same name as me. And I messaged him a while back. I said, hey, do you know we share a name? I'm a comedian, you're a businessman. How cool is that? He replied back with, "I'm sorry, friend." I'm sorry, friend? I thought, what does that mean? What does that mean? What are you apologizing for? You don't have to apologize. Now I feel bad for the guy. I messaged him back, "You don't have to be sorry. I just think it's neat that we share a unique name. Looked at your profile. I noticed that he was born first, so I guess you had the name first, right?" The guy replies back, "I'm really, really sorry about that, friend." Okay, at this point I'm like, what? What is this guy, crazy? What is he doing? So I text him, I said, "Where are you from?" He says, "Canada." "Why?" I said, "That's all I need to know." Right? Canadians, they're always so nice. That's the joke, you get it? Canadians, yeah. Okay. You do know why I wanted to start becoming a comedian, don't you?
People told you were funny?
No. Anyone else?
You wanted to be on stage, but you were too ugly to be an
No.
actor?
I wanted to be on stage, but I wasn't pretty enough to be an actor. Is that what you said? No. Listen, I think you forgot. I almost played Danny in Grease. So. But no. I wanted to become a comedian because I come from a bad area, right? I just wanted to get out of there. So I started SoundCloud rapping. That's what I started with. Thank you. Yeah, I started on that. I always ask at all my shows, and this is my first show. Gotta ask, who here, does anyone want to hear me sing a song, a little freestyle? All right, what do you say? I sing a little bit for you? Yeah, well, if you're so supportive now, then why weren't you back in 2016 when my SoundCloud was dying, huh? Yeah, I'm not singing for you. No, but, for real, you're gonna leave.
Well, that was Razor. He was so funny. All of the laughter you heard in this episode, all of those people you heard just laughing at him, those were real people. No joke. I'm joking. It was edited by our editor, which is not me or Razor, because those are not the same two people either. One-man shows, they're really hard. I can't really judge any. I haven't seen any, and I think that's something that I'm going to challenge myself to do this year. I want to at least watch one-man show somewhere. So if you know of a theater that's doing an upcoming one-person show, or if you know of a place that usually does a one-person show, or if that's something they often do, let me know in the comments. And especially if it's near the northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area, if there's a one-man show coming up in that area, I would love to hear about it and go and watch it, because that's on my bucket list this year, is to see a one-person show. And what else is on my bucket list is to write a one-person show. And will I write the playwright who needs to pay his rent idea? Maybe. I kind of like it, but maybe I'll think of a different idea. Maybe I will. But I do want to challenge myself to also write a one-person show this year. Because that would be a lot of fun. And I can't imagine that the budget for a one-person show would be too costly. So maybe it could be done. It also could probably be done in a living room. You could probably film it on your iPhone in a living room. So that would be cool. So those are my two goals, is to see a one-man show and to write a one-man show this year, 2024. Yeah, so Mikey left us for this episode. No shame in that. He'll be back next week, hopefully. Hope he doesn't ditch us again. If he ditches us again, I hope he gets pooped on by a bird. But no, he should be joining us next week. I apologize for the short episode. I get nervous when I'm alone. Without further ado, this is the musical goodbye, sang by Mikey Mills. Goodbye, bub. The time of this video is absurd. Goodbye, bub. I cannot believe you said you wanted me to get pooped on by a bird. Yeah? Happy birthday to Luke. Happy birthday to Luke. Happy birthday to Luke. Happy birthday to Luke. Happy birthday to Luke.